Keanu Reeves breaks the silence with his return to the DC Universe. Prepare to see the renowned actor enliven the screen once more as he reprises his role as Constantine. After so many years, what gives? How is this happening? Stay tuned to find out how Keanu fought to bring this sequel to life and how it fits into the ever-expanding DC Studios lineup.
This is Constantine. John Constantine.
The wait is finally over for fans of Keanu Reeves and comic book movies. After nearly 2 decades of waiting, Keanu is finally returning to the DC Universe as the one and only John Constantine, the occult detective with a sardonic wit and a knack for getting into supernatural mischief. The original 2005 film may have underwhelmed some fans and critics, but that was then and this is now. With Keanu back in the role, the sequel is sure to be a wild ride that'll have audiences laughing and gasping in equal measure. Getting the green light for Constantine 2 was no small feat. Keanu had to use all of his acting skills, charm, and persistence to convince Warner Brothers that this was a movie worth making. It even came to the point where he was coming back year after year, "May I have some more?" like Oliver Twist asking for a second helping. And let's be honest, who could resist those puppy dog eyes and that convincing smile?
You know, the way that the Marvel films have developed and what they are is really, spectacular. And it would be great to be a part of that.
I'll talk about acting. As a young kid, I decided, my mom says I declare I want to be an actor.
Keanu is beyond excited to be back in the role and has promised to do everything in his power to make the sequel a reality. But have you ever wondered why this role is such a big deal? Well, the whole movie revolved around one man, the one and only Keanu Reeves. And our guy was bringing his A-game to Constantine, and it was a thing of beauty. First of all, Keanu was playing the titular role of John Constantine, a brooding, chain-smoking exorcist who was dealing with some heavy stuff. But of course, Keanu being Keanu, he made this guy charming, funny, and just a little bit cool, even when he was facing down demons and otherworldly creatures. Have you ever seen someone look so cool while lighting a cigarette in the rain? Because Keanu pulled that off in Constantine, and it was legendary.
You half-breed piece of shit. That's better.
And let's talk about his acting chops. We were on the edge of our seats as Keanu brought the drama to this movie with some intense and emotional scenes. But then he'd turn around and give us a wisecrack or a smirk, and we'd be right back to laughing and enjoying the ride. It was a real showcase of his range as an actor, and he was just so darn good in this role. But you know what? We think the real magic of Constantine was the way Keanu just embodied this character. From the moment he first appeared on screen, you could tell he was living and breathing John Constantine, and he just brought this character to life in a way that was both haunting and unforgettable. So why wouldn't he be pushing for part 2? The DC film slate is now under the direction of James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's anyone's guess as to whether or not Constantine 2 will make the cut. But with Keanu's boundless enthusiasm and commitment to the project, there's no doubt that he'll leave no stone unturned to make it happen. Think of it like a chef in a kitchen, getting ready to cook up a delicious meal. Keanu sees his return to the role of John Constantine as a wide-open playground where he can play, experiment, and have fun before serving up a movie that's sure to be a feast for the senses. It's no secret that Keanu Reeves is a megastar in the Hollywood scene with a string of blockbuster franchises under his belt, including John Wick and The Matrix.
God damn it, woman, you will be the end of me.
But despite his success, he's always on the lookout for new and exciting projects to dive into. Keanu has recently been immersed in the DC universe as Batman in the animated film DC League of Super Pets. However, it's his return as John Constantine that has fans on the edge of their seats. But Keanu isn't just content with the DC universe. He's also been in talks with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige about finding the perfect role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With Keanu's talent and star power, there's no doubt that he'll be a fantastic addition to the MCU and have fans cheering for more.
I want a character role, Jimmy.
I like you as the leprechaun,
I want to be the leprechaun.
You're asking me again?
No, we can move on.
Okay.
You've given me the answer.
Oh, okay.
That one's been banked. We have that one on file.
Okay.
It's exciting times for Keanu Reeves fans, and with his never-ending drive to explore new projects, the sky's the limit for this Hollywood icon. Now that we know it's finally happening, how long will we have to wait to see it up on the silver screen? Who would have thought that after 20 whole years, Warner Brothers and DC are still having a tough time bringing Constantine to life on both the big and small screens? Like seriously, you'd think they'd have figured it out by now, but hey, we're still waiting. Matt Ryan brought his version of the hero to the Arrowverse in 2014, and although there was a constant Constantine show in the works for HBO Max just a few months ago. It looks like that project has been scrapped, with Gunn and Safran's revamp of the DCU. But will we be seeing familiar faces like Rachel Weisz's Angela Dodson or Tilda Swinton's Gabriel, who is now, spoiler alert, mortal in the sequel?
Your ego is astounding.
Gabriel. Figures.
Their appearances would definitely give the sequel the proper Constantine 2 feel, instead of just being another Keanu Reeves adventure. If this film actually comes to fruition, it'll likely fall under the DCU's Elseworlds bracket, as Gunn has previously mentioned that it will be a part of his bigger story as new films are released. The script is currently being worked on by writer Akiva Goldsman, and it's probably a few years away from release.
Radical things, including move it to New York, you find yourself having to be, when it comes to the actual adherence to the novel.
Based on the film's current progress, a late 2024 release seems reasonable, with the perfect launch date being around Halloween, to fit with Constantine's grittier aesthetic. Dang, that's a long time. There's no telling when filming for the movie will actually start, but if Keanu gets his wish, it shouldn't be too long before we're finally able to see Constantine 2 come to life. But here's to waiting.
I need a mirror. Now, at least 3 feet high. Move!
But let's talk a little more about this new film. A little bird tells us it might not be as safe for a younger audience as it was before. It looks like the highly anticipated Constantine 2 is shaping up to be one wild ride. Lawrence, the director, is all in on making sure this film will be nothing like its PG-13 predecessor.
Something that we've been talking about since we made Constantine, because we all loved it. So we've been talking about it.
He's determined to take the gloves off and make a true R-rated film, giving fans exactly what they've been craving all these years. We all remember the first film and its bittersweet PG-13 rating. Lawrence shares that his biggest regret is that they made a PG-13 film that should have been R-rated all along. He wishes they could have gone all out and made a film that was truly representative of the grit and intensity that the franchise is known for. But fear not, because Lawrence is optimistic that the sequel will finally be the R-rated film that fans deserve.
Looks like somebody doesn't have your back anymore.
He's on a mission to make Constantine 2 a true horror-filled thriller, complete with buckets of blood and language that will make even the toughest of audiences flinch.
Into the light I command thee. Into the light I command thee.
Now the big question is, will James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DCU give the green light to this R-rated epic? Only time will tell, but we do know that Gunn is open to creative and clever ideas, so who knows, we might just end up with a film that's even better than we could have ever imagined. What are your hopes for the new movie? Let us know, and we'll see you next time.